Hello, welcome back to another video right here with Chris G. Today we're going to take a look at the Prima Marketing watercolor set, the Watercolor Confections high quality watercolor pen set, and this is the Tropicals edition. Prima Marketing makes a couple of different sets. I know they have, like, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments because I'm not looking at anything, I'm just doing this off the top of my head, but I know they have like delicacies, delicious delicacy set, something like that. And then they have like the essentials, I think that's the correct one, and it has like essential colors. So I chose to buy this set because I had saw other reviews, and a lot of people say they enjoy the tropicals. On top of that, I didn't want to buy the essential set because it has a black and a white color in it, and I don't really use black or white in my paintings. And last but not least, all I really wanted this for was to get the box because I wanted to put different watercolors in the box. But I mean, why not buy a set of watercolors and try them out too? So if you just look at the box, these are the colors kind of swatched out in the tropical set, and again, they're right there on the tab. High quality watercolor pen sets. From what I know, this is not a artist grade, artist quality set of paints. This is more on the student level, and also you can get this really cheap on Amazon. I'm talking about like less than $15, and you can get this set of watercolors with the box, and it's a 12 pan set. You can't beat that. So let's take a look inside. That's what the box looks like. Take it out of the box. This is the actual watercolor box. It's got a nice little tropicals sticker on it, which I really like. That kind of hot pink. It's pretty cool looking, actually. So yeah, I mean, this is a pretty nice sized box. What I will show you is the difference in size. So when I bought this, I didn't really know, I have a travel size watercolor box similar to this one, and I thought they would be exactly the same, but they're actually kind of different. So compared to this Schminky box, which I just bought the box, I didn't buy any colors or pans in this, it was only the box. Compared to this, the Prima Marketing box is a little different. It's just a little shorter than the Schminky box. If you look at the boxes, the Prima Marketing box is actually a little thicker. It's a little thicker than the Schminky box. Now let's open up the box. See what's inside. So when you open the box, you get a nice little swatch sheet right here, so you can put the colors out. There is no information on what the exact colors are, and there's also no names for these colors. There's no names, they're only numbered. So even if I take out this pan, see, it has number 14 on the back. It does not have a name or any information on the colors. I haven't checked the website, so I don't know if there's information on the websites, but I have to look into that. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'll swatch out these colors for you all, and then we'll do a small little painting demo with them and just see how they work out. Okay, right here, all I'm doing is I've been taking out the colors and opening them up. Sorry to all of you guys who love to see watercolor pans be unwrapped. I didn't feel like recording all of that. I'm just taking paper off of the pans. And also what I'm doing is I'm writing the number Jordan. I'm writing the number on the back of the pans because since there's no name on the pans, like the name of the color, all there is a number. If I do the swatches on this card and then I decide to take out the pans and put them somewhere else, I'm not gonna know which number is which if I don't write the number on the pan. I won't know what color I'm using. So just a word of advice, if you do get one of these Prima Marketing sets, if you're going to take the pans out and you're going to move the pans around and put them in different places, make sure you write the number of the pan, the number of the color on the pan, so you can remember what color you got. And all I did was I just used this a Copic waterproof pigmented ink pen to do that. If you got a Sharpie, I'm sure a Sharpie will work or anything like that. This is not watercolor paper. This is like a smooth, textured, I don't know what kind of paper it is. Almost like a very thin board type paper. I don't know. So the colors might not look the same on this as they do on watercolor paper, but we're gonna do a test, a short little drawing. I'm gonna color in a drawing with the colors, and I'm also gonna record the swatches. All right, let's get to the swatch. Swatch it out. All right, now we're moving into the fun stuff, right? The swatch. And you get to listen to me talk about colors, and I don't even know what name they are. So I'm just gonna shoot off random names, and hey, let's talk about it. You know, down in the description below, whatever you think the color is, just write it down in the and leave a comment, because I have no idea what these colors are. But the first color, which is number 13, is like a blue-green color. The second color, number 14, is kind of looking like a yellow ochre, if I could put a name on it. And the first two colors are, I guess all of these are between semi-opaque and opaque colors. And some of them are staining. In the after this swatch video, I have a demonstration video, and some of the colors I tried to pull off of the paper, and they don't really move because they stain. But overall, I mean, I really enjoyed these colors. Number 16 is looking like a green gold, like a yellow green color. Number 17 is a very bright, almost like a red orange color. And number, what is that, 18? 18 is looking kind of like a viridian, kind of viridian greenish, or no, not viridian. I don't know. It's a darker green than number 13. I know that much. So then, yeah, number 19 is a cool red. I'm gonna say it like that. That's a better way to say it. Number 18 is more like a warm green, and number 13 is more of a cool green, which is the first color. Number 17 is like a warm red, and then number 19 is more on the cool red side. Now we're getting somewhere. Number 20, which is the purple, which is, I mean, it came out looking really nice, but it's very opaque. As you can see on the swatch, it doesn't really, you can't see the number through the swatch. And then after that, there's another yellow, a blue, and the last one's gonna be a brown, which I would say is like a, I don't know, it's brown. I really like the colors though. All of the colors came out pretty vibrant for a student grade set of colors. But in the next part of the video, you'll be able to see a quick demonstration with some of these colors, and you get to see what they look like on actual watercolor paper. Okay, so now we get into the demonstration part. If you've been following my videos, I told you I was gonna start doing demonstrations when I got the camera set up right? And guess what? Today we got our first demonstration of some watercolors. So I'm happy to be working this out with you today, and kind of just seeing how these Prima Tech colors work together. So what I decided to paint for you all today is a parrot, right? I chose a parrot because, you know, like, why not? This is the tropical set. Why not paint a tropical bird? You see that? That's what I did. Okay. I've never painted a bird before, like ever. So I'm bringing it to you first. You're the first people to be able to see this happen. And yeah, I hope I don't screw it up. But no, it came out pretty good. I got another bird over in the corner that you can't see, and I'm just gonna call that a practice because it didn't turn out too well. Anyway, we're not worried about that. So right here, what I'm doing is I'm taking number 15. Number 15 is a blue, the blue that you see, and I'm just kind of laying it in really light in the blue areas and the shadow areas that I wanted to paint. Then also right there at the top of the head, I used number 13, which is kind of like that Viridian type green, to put a little color on the head. Next, I'm taking number 21, which is a warm yellow, and using that as the color for the body. Going kind of light. My light source for this painting is coming from the top left, so that's kind of like the general direction that light is coming from. So I mean, my thoughts on the paints, I like them actually. I didn't intend on actually using the paints. My intention was just to, use the box. But, I mean, after using these paints and kind of seeing what they can do, I would really recommend them to people. Especially if you're new to watercolor, or maybe if you're not trying to paint like a masterpiece or something, if you're just painting for fun, or if you have like a notebook and you're just kind of using the paints for different sketches, I would definitely recommend this. This part right here, I added in a green over the blue, and it ran on me. So what I did is I dried out the brush and went back and tried to soak up some of that runoff, because it started to bloom out into the yellow. So watercolor is unpredictable, so I ended up turning that bloom effect into a shadow that you see right there on the yellow, because it was not intentional, but that's just how the cards rolled, and that's how they laid right then. For this shadow, the darker shadow area, what I did is I took the number 24. 24 is the brown color. I took the brown color and I mixed it in with number 15, which is the blue, and tried to get a gray. Why I did that is usually, like, if you have a ultramarine blue and like a Van Dyke brown, or if you have a burnt sienna color, then you get gray when you mix them together. But this brown number 24 and the blue number 15 actually made more of a green instead of gray. It was more of a tinted green color. So that's just something that I ran into. But again, right here, I'm just taking the blue and making some little feathers, using the blue as a shadow area actually. But back to what I was saying about the recommendation. I definitely recommend these colors now, that I'm able to kind of get my hands on them and use them, because they're nice. Especially for the price, under $15, you get 12 colors, and the colors are very vibrant for the price. They seem to work pretty well. I can't really find anything bad to say about them. I'm not going to compare them to like an artist grade watercolor set, because they're not on the same level. Again, right here, I'm using the dry brush technique to pick up some of that excess paint that I laid down a little too much pigment. So I'm picking it back up. Oh, that's another thing. I'm glad I said that. It's really easy to get the paint off of the pans. For instance, like when I use my Cotman watercolor set, sometimes it can be really difficult to pick up the paint off of the pans, and these lift it up really easily. It doesn't take a lot after you wet them for the first time. Going back and picking up pigment is pretty easy. So I enjoyed that as well. Of course, they're not going to be super pigmented colors. They're only going to be able to get so dark in pigment. But, you know, it is what it is. It works out. As you can see right there, that green went on pretty dark, and I'm actually going to kind of take it and push it around because it was a little too dark. And right here, I'm taking the green, again, number 13, and using it for the background. I liked how it looked right here, but then I ended up adding the number 22 or number 19, I'm sorry, which is that cool red. What I was planning on doing was trying to make flowers in the background, but it didn't work out. So I wiped it around, and then it almost was too red because I felt like it took away from the bird. So then I go in with a napkin and I try to pick up the red pigment off of the green because I like the green. I should have just stopped with the green, but hey, you live and you learn. So I go back in with the napkin and I pick it up with the napkin. But overall, I mean, I have nothing bad to say about these paints, especially for the price. I definitely recommend them. And if you would like to check them out, I mean, they're easy to find on Amazon. I might leave a link down in the description, and I'm not getting paid from Amazon, so if you click on the link and you do buy them, it's not coming to me. If I do start linking up like that with Amazon, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, so that's the Prima marketing set. If you like the video, like I always say, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to talk with you. All right? Thank you for watching. Peace.